Hello, I'm Marco Flack of Desert Star Systems, and today I want to talk about two things that usually don't go together very well, which is acoustic releases such as those used in ropeless fishing or scientific instrument deployment and marine fouling. Now, acoustic releases traditionally have had a bit of a infamous reputation of fouling up, of seizing, of not getting the equipment back, and it's easy to understand why. A lot of the mechanisms require tight tolerances, whether it's in a screw drive, a cam mechanism, and it takes just one barnacle in an unfortunate place and game over. In addition, you have dynamic O-ring seals that seal a shaft, a rotating shaft. Sand can grind itself into that pieces of barnacles, whatever grit it is, it can just wreak havoc on it, cut it up, cause flooding, or cause seizing of the mechanism. Now, because of that, a long time ago, we developed our unique fusible link mechanism to get around all these problems. The idea is to just burn a wire and set free a loosely hinged lever, the only moving part. And that solves a lot of the problems. Now, I've had the opportunity just now to receive 15 units back from an in particular tough fishing ground, the Cape of Storms, it's sometimes called, Cape of Good Hope, specifically a body of water called False Bay in South Africa near Cape Town. And boy, oh boy, those conditions, they are rough on acoustic releases. The water is shallow, maybe 10 fathoms average, and just surgy, and the equipment just gets pounded. They have massive storms. It's pretty incredible and very biologically productive, and therefore a lot of marine fouling going on. So have a good look at a unit that came back after about 2 years in service there in South Africa for some service upgrades. That's one of them here, one of the 15. And see how we have barnacle on top of barnacle everywhere. But when I move the lever here, this is how it came in. It flops back and forth easily. This lever is constrained by a wire, that prevents it from moving. And then when the wire fuses, this lever can open up and the release action takes place. So let's go over and let's do a little bucket test so you can see how that all works. Okay, so in this bucket you can now see the ARC-2. This is the one that I just showed you here, and there are several more. You can see they are sort of similarly fouled, all of them. But we're just going to concentrate on this one here. Maybe I'll turn it around a bit so you can see where it's gonna do the release action here in this lever arm here, So let me switch the controller on. Here's the deck box, and I just flip it on. You see it starting up. Here's the startup link. Now I'll cut out a bit of the video. And now we'll see this here. Eventually the red LED should be a steady blink. Now that means it got the command. And 10 seconds later you should see a flash where this wire sits. There we go, some sparks, and let's see if the lever moves. Sure enough, moves absolutely easy. So this one is in good shape despite the heavy fouling. All right, back here from the bucket test, and it worked just fine. But let's talk a little bit about fishing, ropeless fishing in particular. What makes it profitable? What can make it profitable? Well, cost of ownership for one. How much does it really cost you to own this thing? There's the acquisition cost, and then there is the annual cost of ownership. How long does it last? And this unit here, we have fishers in Australia. They've used it since 2011, so it's 13 years now. We sometimes get equipment back from other applications that's up to 25 years old. It keeps on going, and so that really reduces your cost. and it stays reliable. It works. It doesn't seize up on you. Now you could say, well, yeah, sure, maybe this mechanism is more reliable. Whatever, I can just go clean it each time I pull my traps. But fishing is a fast-paced business, and that's another part of profitability. And how realistic is it really to go such a step? Maybe it's something that should only be done once a year between fishing seasons. So in the final analysis, this unit here, I like to call it the rhino. It's gray. It's been used primarily in South Africa. It's tough. It's tough. It resists the fouling. It keeps on going. It's also simple. The operation of it is very simple. I'll go into it in another talk here. But what that all adds up to is, you can just make money with it. That's in the final analysis what it's for. And that's what it's good at, to make money for you over a long period of time and under some pretty rough conditions.